Hello and welcome to the Week 3 Monster Pod presented by TheLines.com. Matt Brown, Steven Anders. Joined this week, Ryan Noonan from 4 for 4 if you haven't checked their stuff out. Detroit Lions and the Arizona Cardinals. This is 3 in favor of the Lions. A cheap 3, actually, across the industry right now in favor of the Lions. 51.5 is our total. 152 has now popped. Ryan, this seems kind of be like the line in the sand game of the week where everybody's like picking their side. And this is like, oh no, this is it. This is the way it's supposed to go. And let me tell you why. And here we go with all this. I think there's a lot of people who are super high on Detroit coming into the year. Certainly maybe feeling a little let down so far. Yeah, me too. Maybe feeling a little let down with what they've seen so far. Then you come in and you're like, oh, let's look at the top 3 teams through 2 weeks in EPA per play. Oh, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense that the Saints and the Cardinals are like listed, inside the top 3 in that. Just a lot of things here that are really interesting. I think Kyler Murray's been playing very well. I think we all knew that Marvin Harrison was going to be able to adapt to the NFL game pretty quickly. It seems like that's going to be the case. I just don't know if we're getting a little too pumped up what we've seen through 2 weeks from Arizona. This is a very interesting game. I have no bet, and I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about it.
Go back to the joke that worked previously. Can Kyler play defensive end? Arizona's offense is clicking. They lead the league in yards per drive. They trail only the Saints in points per drive. Kyler threw some absolute dimes last week. He made some old school Kyler-esque plays to buy time in the pocket. I like Drew Petzing, and I think he's obviously significantly more creative as a play caller than what we've seen from Cliff Kingsbury over the last handful of years there in Arizona. People really want to believe in this Cardinals team. I think they wanted to in the preseason. We saw a little bit of pulse from them last year once Kyler came back. I just don't think the defense can hold up. I don't see any difference makers. Budda Baker's a baller. But it's just not enough. He's been a baller his entire time there, and they've struggled. So at 3, a juicy 3, I absolutely love it. I think we're giving too much credit to Arizona because we kind of wanted to buy into them a little bit, picking off a really, really depleted Rams team that's bad if they were healthy. So they're getting way too much credit, I think, in the market for that. This was 4.5 in the look aheads. I get it. The Lions play with their food and let the Buccaneers steal that one a little bit last week. I again don't want to move off of my priors. I didn't expect the Lions defense to click on all cylinders right away. I think they're going to figure it out eventually. And I'm really excited about having a new element with Jameson Williams here. Again, they'll figure out what they need to do and how to incorporate Sam Laporta. This offensive line is going to maul the Cardinals front. And I just don't know what the Cardinals do about it. They're going to have to keep up. It's going to have to be a track meet. Now we're on the wrong side of the total at 51.5. Or maybe you think we're on the right side of the total at 54, right? So depending on what you think here. So I think there's probably a lot of points here. I think the Lions on the side, especially getting plus 100 or so here on the 3. I like it quite a bit.
We might get 2.5. If we get 2.5, it's going to have to go in my same deal. I had the Lions. I was so high. No, I was pumping the tires for the Lions in every single which way that you could possibly do it. And so the fact that I could get 2.5 against the Cardinals, to me, in a game that's going to be played in perfect weather conditions and all of that, being inside of a dome seems great. I'm sure Steven's going to come in here and tell us why Kyler Murray's MVP.
Hell no.
Whoa, hell no, he says. All right.
I'll give you one reason why I'm nervous about the Lions, and then about 18 why you should be buying low on them here. The one reason is Jared Goff's looked bad. There's no way around that. He's looked bad, and the metrics bear it out. He's been bottom 10 in the league.
RIP my Goff MVP tickets.
Yeah, so, goodbye.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson tried to take advantage of all the Bucs injuries in the secondary and went way too pass heavy last week. He's not going to do that again, especially in this matchup. All the matchup things Ryan said. Look ahead line was 4.5 for the Lions. I found a 2.5 minus 112 this week. I pounded it. I got rid of my -3 at another book, took a tiny little loss and made up for it with the -2.5. I think we may get 2.5 here and there. There's going to be quick Lions buyback, but if you're looking for it going into the weekend, I think you're going to find it. Even if you had to go under alt spreads where I did and find it, you may find like a -112, -115. I'm all over the Lions at that price. We talked about how last week was so fluky. And if you're watching the clip form, I'll just give you the cliff notes here. The Lions went 1 of 7 in the red zone last week after being one of the best red zone teams in the NFL last year. That's going to positively regress, especially when they play a defensive front that is bad. I mean, let's look at what the Cardinals have done to, in my opinion, not warrant this big of a move in market ratings. Week 1, yes, they got up early, but if not for a kick return touchdown, they should have lost to the Bills by double digits. Last week, they played a mash unit of an NFL team and took advantage of it. There is nothing here to me that justifies that the Cardinals should be moved this high in market ratings or the Lions to be moved down this much in market ratings. And Matt, I'm not a big trends guy, but the fact that in Dan Campbell's tenure, coming off a loss, they are 8-0 straight up and 8-0 against the spread. I don't know if you got to handicap every game and look at the matchups and everything, but at the very least, that trend tells me that this team is going to be extra focused and locked in to give a good effort in this game. So I like the Lions a lot this week. I really do.
Yeah, it seems like you go out, you got the two-headed monster at running back, you like just beat down the defensive line like Ryan said, and then once they think it's coming, then like Jameson Williams goes for the 75-yard touchdown. I like the line. The 2.5 is going to come. I'm going to be able to get it in there. And
don't forget Aiden Hutchinson looked like J.J. Watt last week too.
Yes.
Don't forget that.
There's also that as well too. Want to thank Ryan Noonan for joining us here. 4 for 4 guys. If you haven't gone over there, check out everything they do over the site. Been one of the staples for me for a very, very long time as well as Steven. So be sure to go in, take in all the great work that they do over there. And if you are watching this on the YouTube channel, everything we do, absolutely free. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and let us know in the comment section how terrible we were at picking some of these games. Like we're always in for the criticisms, and let us know which sides that we're just completely wrong on in all of these things. Appreciate it, guys, and good luck on all your week 3 bets.